Bonjour. I'm here to talk to you today about natural law versus man-made law. Or you could say your truth, my truth, and the real truth. Okay? So, or some might think it's like moral relativity versus moral absolutism. Different ways of describing the same topic I'm going to discuss. So which is true? I mean, is morality relative or is morality absolute? Well, there is a sense in which what's right for you may not be what's right for me. And even though that may disagree with your sensibilities, just hear me out. So, we graduate from high school. I decide that what's right for me is to go to college. And you may decide that what's right for you is to get a job or start a business. So that's pretty simple. We can both agree that what's right for you or what's true for you is different from what's right for me or what's true for me. So in those kinds of things, there's no true right or wrong. There's no real truth that's the same for every single person. Simple enough. Now, when it comes to how we treat other human beings, that's not relative, okay? Natural law basically states, it's kind of in our Constitution, you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, okay? That's pretty simple, straightforward. I, under natural law, can do whatever I choose to do. I can express myself, have relationships the way I choose, conduct my life in any way that gives me happiness, as long as it doesn't violate another human being's rights. So that's pretty basic stuff. You know, I can't beat you up. I can't kill you. I can't steal your stuff. I can't rape you or molest you in any way. I can't lie to you, because by lying I'm basically keeping information from you that would allow you to make an informed choice that could benefit you in some way. So any of those types of things are a violation to another person because it's harmful to them. Now, how does this come into conflict? It seems pretty simple. Yeah, you have the right to choose the things you want, and you can't do anything that hurts other people. But how does our society actually get these really conflicted and convoluted and create confusion and inner conflict for us? Well, quite a few ways. I mean, when we pass a man-made law, sometimes it's in direct conflict with natural law. Say a state or a country makes it illegal to drink alcohol, like we did back here in Prohibition. Now, it was legal before, then they made it illegal, and now it's legal again. But think about the years while it was illegal. Man decided that they got to decide what was right or wrong for another human being. Now, did they really have the right to decide that? I would disagree that they do. I don't think that I have the right to decide whether you can drink or whether you can smoke marijuana or whether you can watch TV in your underwear. Okay? Those are things that you get to choose for yourself. Now, here's where it gets a little bit more complex. Say we make the law, it's against the law to smoke marijuana, or it's against the law to drink alcohol during that time of Prohibition. And I catch you drinking. And that gives me the right, because now it's a law, that gives me the right to arrest you, to put you in prison, maybe keep you in prison for a few years. Now, by drinking alcohol, did you harm anybody? Did that violate another human being's rights? You have committed no crime against natural law. And yet, as the police officer, if I arrest you and imprison you, I've kidnapped you, I've held you against your will, I've certainly violated your right to live the way you choose, be with your family, pursue happiness in any fashion. I have actually violated your rights under natural law. So we live in a land with many, many, many laws. And we decide, or we think that we get to decide as human beings, what is right, wrong, good, bad, true, or not true for other human beings based on what our opinion is of that. And we think that by making that law, it now gives us the right to actually violate that other human being in a way that is truly wrong, causing them harm. We see police violence. People get arrested for things or thrown in jail for years for smoking a joint. Like, are you kidding me? It's pretty crazy. So how do you have to begin to discern the difference for yourself? Well, it starts so early. You know, we're given all these rules that may be part of our culture. We're taught that taxes are right. Maybe. I don't have an option to turn over 25%, 3 months of my earnings for the whole year to someone, whether I believe in what they're doing with the money or not. It's not a choice for me. It could be construed by some as theft because it's extortion and I don't have an option to pay. It's not like I'm supporting what their, you know, their fundraiser or their charity or whatever, the war perhaps. We're raised with all kinds of laws and also moral codes depending on our religion. You know, what's considered right and wrong inside of a religion may actually be violating to another human being. If our religion says that, you know, a certain sexual lifestyle is an abomination, then we think that gives us the right to impose our views on another human being who is not doing anything to harm another person if they're in a, you know, mutual consenting relationship. So it's really good to start sorting this out and really contemplating, does this support natural law? Is this really right based on just the fact that it's a law? Or is this an artificially imposed or created law that's being imposed on society and other human beings? It's the first step in starting to live according to your own conscience and getting back in touch with that. If you really start to look at it, you're going to see a lot of conflicts, a lot of places, sometimes even including your government's laws, your religious beliefs, and things that you've been taught. And it really, once again, it comes back to coming down into your heart space. Does this feel right? Does this feel true? Not based on the conditioning of guilt or reaction that we've been taught, but go deeper. Connect to your higher self and discern for yourself, is this right or true? Until next time, au revoir.